Hello everybody, how are you today? My name's Eva, I'm the director of the Scottish Yarn Festival, the Scottish Show Producers Showcase, and also the founder and producer of our Scottish Yarn Festival yarn brand. I'm coming on today to have a chat with you about something specific. So this live will be downloaded and shared across a whole range of places. So just to avoid confusion, I am doing this live on Instagram, and then it will be shared to Facebook and to YouTube. So I'm having a live with you today, following on from the newsletter that I put out a couple of days ago and the post that I put in our Facebook group, Travel Networking. So I have that's happened a couple of days ago. I wanted to give people a head start there before I put on our general socials, which is Facebook and Instagram, the same information. Now, this live is to do with bus services. Wow, this has been... I don't know what it is about this year. This is the 9th time that we are running the annual Scottish Yarn Festival. And this year really has been a challenge, from losing our original venue, to skyrocketing costs, to finding our new venue. And then since this, leading up to where we are now, since we got our new venue, the local bus operators went and drastically slashed the bus services that they're providing. They have renamed the routes. It's been a bit of a nightmare, and we have been getting contact from yourselves, quite rightly, regarding concerns about getting to the showground if you don't drive. Now, I'm going to tell you straight off, because some of the contacts that we've had, I think as people we sometimes make assumptions. So I actually live in Perth. I have lived in Perthshire for about 25 years now. So even when we announced our change of venue, I had locals. I don't know, maybe they just assumed I was DF Concerts and organising tea in the park or Transmit or something, you know, like I'm local, and it's like, okay, well, I'm not local born and bred, but I have now spent more time living in Perth and Perthshire than I have in the area that I grew up. So I am well aware of what the local services and things are and infrastructures, and we've got an experienced events team on site. This is not my first rodeo. So I don't drive. I know how difficult it is. I raised my concerns when the local bus service between Perth and Dundee and the Hospital Link bus between Perth Royal Infirmary and Nine Wells was cancelled. Okay, so I know what it's like to not drive and to want to do something. Now, we set up a poll in our travel networking group, and a specific travel networking group. So I've been saying for months, if you've got a coach coming from an LYS or you want to car share, you know, this is the perfect space to do it. And Ravelry isn't accessible for everyone. So, you know, okay, not everyone's on Facebook, but the majority of people are, and you've got a choice to kind of go and join that platform and just that group for that thing. So that is where we did that. Now, I'm just going to be open and transparent here. Not a single person came back to me saying that they were organising a coach from an LYS that we could have helped coordinate from there. And one person came forward and said, I might have 2 spare seats in my car. And that was it. Now, going by the number of people who joined up that group that were looking for solutions, all those individual contacts and things that we've had, some concerns that some people raised, and me personally knowing what the situation is on the ground, I'm going to tell you straight up that there is a local bus service, but it's going to be massively oversubscribed. So while I am grateful to some of the people that periodically kind of pop up on the group and on our socials and say, oh yes, there's this bus and whatever, this is a bus that's also used by local people. The services have been slashed. It's been renamed. It's going through every single little tiny village en route. Once that bus is full at Perth, and it's the Perth end that there will be issues from, it's not going to take any more people on. It physically can't, and it's not safe. So I have spent months, and I kid you not, months, trying to come up with a solution to this. We've had the local council trying to support us on this, and let's just say that we've come up to an awful lot of opposition. People unwilling, not so much opposition, but people unwilling to support us on this count in case of bus businesses. We will not name any names, but they've said they won't help us. They're not interested in helping us. I have been through about 15 different coach companies. We couldn't get anyone locally that had any availability, and they wouldn't do a service where you could just pay as you board anyway. I have finally found someone with a coach. They are an Edinburgh-based company. They only have one coach available at this point. I have privately hired the coach. The cost is eye-watering, but it's done. Okay, we've got a month to go until the festival. Now, because this coach is coming, it's an Edinburgh-based company, and they actually work with one of the tour operators that are bringing a tour group to the festival as well, which is how I've managed to find them, because I wouldn't have been able to locate them any other way. So a massive thank you to Milda, if she's watching this, for giving me the heads up on this one. And we just got lucky that there was a cancellation 20 minutes before we phoned to get this coach. So it's coming from Edinburgh, which means this is an Edinburgh company, and that's where the driver's based. So we are going to be able to offer a direct service from Ingliston Park and Ride directly to Errol Showground on the morning of the festival. Tickets are priced at £25. That is going to be cheaper than getting on the train from, say, Edinburgh Waverley, and then having to come into Perth, and then having to get a bus back out again anyway. So £25 is an absolute steal for that. We've got a good number of tickets left available on that service. I know if it was me, stepping aside as a festival director, because I have been and have visited other yarn shows, both here and in Europe and in the US before. I mean, we spent 3 hours driving up to the events up and over the Rhinebeck weekend, so I know what it's like to try and get to an event, okay? As just as aside from our own. So there is a direct service that we're putting on. We've got that one coach. There's tickets available. Now, the cost of the tickets is just going to cover, hopefully going to cover what I've just paid out for to hire this coach and the driver. So that service, all the details are on our website. You can go and buy your tickets direct from there. That will take you from Ingliston Park and Ride to Errol Showground. It should alight at Errol Showground 30 minutes before the doors open, and it will do the return journey at the end of the day, but half an hour after the doors close to the festival. Once it's done that drop off, that coach is going through to Perth, and it's going to be able to do three runs out back and forth to the showground at the start of the day, and then 3 return journeys later on in the day. Those tickets are priced at £8 each. Okay, and it's taking you direct from Perth railway station, a Perth train station, out to Errol Showground and back. So it's not going all the way through the villages, and you are guaranteed a seat on that bus if you buy a ticket. Now, because we've only got the one coach and the driver also needs a break, and there's all sorts of regulations through that, and because it's already coming through from Edinburgh, you need to buy, if you're going to use that service, there's set tickets and set times, and you must be there for it, and you can't interchange the time. So you can't go out on the earlier service and come back on the late one, okay? Unfortunately, this is literally the best that we can do. We have tried, we've spent months trying to come up to a solution to support you with this. So off the top of my head, I think the service that leaves at 10 o'clock will return at 1:30. The one that leaves at 11 will return at 2:30. The one that leaves at 12 midday will return at 3:30. And that should tie in with the trains that are coming in. Now, if you're not coming in by a train and you're coming in maybe like a megabus or a CityLink, I'm not quite sure. I think the megabus comes into Broxton Park and Ride. But if you're coming into the city centre, like right next to the train station is the bus, the main bus station, the main bus depot as well. Okay, so that is the perfect place for you to go and get that coach. So I will be turning off commenting. Like I said, I'm doing this initially on Instagram. I'm going to turn off commenting on this. Some comments that we've received regarding public transport and our change of venue before. I understand that some of them are helpful, but they may be not helpful overall to people reading them. We've already explained the situation when we had to change our venue, and at that time it was that we couldn't get any insurance to go ahead. There have actually since been developments, and we wouldn't be able to use the venue now anyway because another one of Live Active's venues was flooded, and I think it was flooded about a year ago. I can't quite remember when the flooding happened, but the flooding happened. That venue is now completely shut down. It never reopened. It's been completely shut down, and they have brought out 100 different types of like gym machines, and they're putting them in the hall where our event happened at your centre anyway. So it's gone. The venue has gone. We actually dodged a bullet on it because my insurance would not have paid out because we couldn't get the event insured anyway. And then, the festival would be completely under. It would be gone. And I know for all of you, this is grand day out and you look forward to it, and we love welcoming you. But there is the other aspect that the vendors that come, this is their livelihoods. And this is my livelihood too. This is my full-time job. So there's the duty of care that goes along with that. It's a lot to juggle. There's a lot of stress right now. I mean, I'm sure that you can see the massive bags under my eyes. So just to avoid sort of any confusion, I just want to switch off the comments on this post, on our socials. I really would recommend that if you do not drive, you go and book those tickets, use the service. There is plenty of parking there, but not everyone can drive, whether that's because they either haven't learned or they didn't have the money to be able to drive, or the knock-on effects of not being able to because everything's been shut down by COVID and there are huge waiting times now. Or you could be a medication that prevents you from being able to drive, or have a medical condition that prevents you from being able to drive. There's a lot of reasons why. Now, one thing that I should disclose is that this coach is not accessible. There are some stairs on it. I tried to get an accessible coach, but I couldn't. I mean, I've struggled even just to get this coach. It's not ideal. In a perfect world, I would have an accessible coach, but I can't get one. I can't get one. So in this instance, it's like we either take this and we help some people, or we help no one. And it's not ideal, but we're having to just go with what we've got now, people. So thank you for your support. Thank you for continuing to love our festival. We're really excited, all the businesses that are involved, the vendors, the exhibitions, the charities that are involved, everyone that's involved. Patty Lyons, who's coming over from the US and she's doing her book signing. Everyone's really excited. Tickets have been going, I don't normally talk about tickets, but they've been going so well. I think they've been going the fastest that they've ever gone before, which is just, thank you for your continued trust and belief in doing this. I appreciate that, it is a different venue when we've been so used to being at the Dewars Centre, but this is a great venue. I've been down to visit. It's much bigger, but we're not packing it full with a lot more, but it's affording us the ability to, put on exhibitions and to do some different things and explore some different things, and to have full control of the catering. We've got some amazing caterers going to be there, including I think they completely won it actually, Street Food, Scottish Street Food Awards for vegan They are vegan. Planet G are going to be coming through. I think it was the overall. They won the Scottish Street Food Awards or a award like that, and we've got Pizza Geeks are coming with their Neapolitan inspired pizzas and things as well on site. The forecast at the minute is forecast. I'm gonna probably jinx it now. Absolutely glorious. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a little bit different this year. But you know, events should evolve, you know, and we've kind of been forced to in a way, but it gives us an opportunity to make this even better. So we've gone a little bit easier this year. There are no like evening social events or anything like that. I think we've got enough to deal with focusing on the new venue. And you know, although the festival is itself, the proper festival's happening on the 7th of September, we do have some presentations happening on the 8th of September. So if you're relatively local and you're able to travel back and forth, these are taking place in Perth. Okay, at the Royal George Hotel. So if you're staying in the area, if you're able to travel back and forth each day, again on the ticket page, or if you want to go and read more first on the festival program page and go and click on the presentations. We've got a presentation with Uist Wool turning the tide, the story of Uist Wool. We've got another one with Iveta Kalina, who is Baltic Knits, talking about Latvian mittens and sort of like the heritage and the history of them. So the festival is still a weekend, but the marketplace is one day. And that's why we're kind of just saying that the festival is the 7th, although it technically isn't, just to avoid confusion, so people don't go to Errol Showground when the Sunday giant car boot sale's on, unless that's what they're looking to go for, you know. So you're not going there and expecting the festival to be there. It's not. But we do have presentations happening on the Sunday on the 8th within Perth as well. If you haven't already got tickets and you're still going to be about in the area, or you want to come back, go and get those as well. Really excited. We've got a month to go. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited. Everyone's excited. From the people I'm working with at the site to make it happen. You know, thank you. Just thank you, and we'll see you in a month's time. Bye for now.